Alright, side 2. If you want to undo the self-adjuster, so you retract the shoes, so you can get the drum off, you stick the screwdriver in the back, like that. And what that does is it releases that arm. And that arm prevents the self-adjuster from unadjusting. It only goes one way. And I'm going to do this backwards. See? If you pull the arm down, the self-adjuster bar, it opens the shoes up. To go the other way, you can't, because this arm prevents it from going backwards. One-way clutch, like a Sprag in a transmission or a starter Bendix drive. So you stick in the screwdriver from behind, push that bar out of the way, and stick in the brake spoon, or call it what you want. And you take that away from the brake spoon. You take the arm away, and you put the brake spoon in, and it's kind of tricky, but you'll figure it out. That's your lesson. Now, lesson number 2. Don't buy made in Mexico brake shoes. These have 5,000 or 6,000 miles. Maybe this trailering shoe was thicker, because this one looks half worn, but maybe it was only half as thick to begin with. I don't know, I don't remember. Here's the ones I removed exactly 1 year ago, December 11th. The cracks from heat. Not looking too healthy, so I took them off even though they had lots of meat left on them. I noticed the front shoe, leading shoe, is also thinner. The cracks around the rivets, so even though they had plenty of wear left, I took them off because they were cracked from heat. Lots of meat left on them. I also noticed the warranty says 3 months on emergency brake cable. Yeah, I talked to them about that. It was only 25 bucks, and the new one was 42, but it's just the point. I gotta spend the afternoon taking the thing apart so I can change a defective junk part. I even kept the old one. So, there's the one I just removed. What I did notice was the spring, the return spring that goes inside the drum, is half as thick as the original GM one, which is hanging right over here. I hate throwing stuff away. I noticed that when I installed it a year ago. GM spring and the Made in Turkey spring. The Made in Turkey spring doesn't pull back when you release the parking brake cable, parking brake pedal. The shoes would stay engaged because that spring is half as thick. It's doing it right now. The reason I changed this one, the original GM one, is because it was sticking. So I mangled it with a pair of vice grips, but no choice. Cheep, cheep, cheap. Is that a cardinal? So, we have 2 dead cables now. Yep, doesn't move. It's plastic coated steel wire. This is the Made in Turkey one. I think it was made in Turkey, it seems to me. This is the GM one that lasted 17 years, or 16 years. I also noticed that I think this locating gizmo here wasn't in the right spot. It's supposed to clamp on top of the differential, right on top, in the middle of the pumpkin. And I have tape here because it wasn't in the right spot. Let's see. Nope. Line those up. That one's right. That one's off by 1 inch. Not a big deal. I just stuck some electric tape on it and snapped it underneath the clip. So, I'll put everything back together, and then I'll change the clutch fan for the one that I changed in Peyton, Colorado, that I repaired. The spring popped out of the little holder. I epoxied it in place to see if it works. I want have any rust in here, I'll spray it full of grease. Stop the squeaking. Good film. Don't want to have no stinking rust. Alright, can't work with one hand, that's for sure. Duralast.